Only 13 days and counting to the security breach release date, and in all that time the actual trailers haven't really shown us much. In reality, we don't really know what's going on in this game, but with the 4 trailers we've seen, what mistakes have they made either with what they showed, didn't show, or the details of those things? Let's find out. And it's 10 family ties. The first couple of trailers for security breach featured a lot of Vanny talking. However, she was talking to our player character Gregory, saying things in such a way that indicates that she has some form of involvement with him, be it as a sister or even as a mother, since she says things like, let's get you home and put you to sleep, instead of let's get you home so you can go to sleep. It's small things like this that indicate that somehow Vanny would have a link to Gregory. However, in recent trailers, they've abandoned this idea seemingly, making no effort to reference their relationship or explain it further. This bothers me, because I don't want to have to be worrying about goddamn familial relationships in this game while I'm trying to figure out the lore before anyone else does, because no matter what I come up with, someone in the comments says that I'm not the first to think of it, unless it's totally outlandish and everyone hates it. And at 9 hidden images. The first ever security breach trailer featured a shot of Gregory standing in front of broken security cameras, showing the classic no signal static. However, there seemed to be faint images still able to show through those frames, but it was impossible to really tell. Trust me, I tried. But the biggest mistake in this case wasn't something the trailer did, but rather something they didn't do. They had the coolest opportunity to drop some wicked Easter eggs on us by using those static screens to show faded stills from old security cameras, as an homage to where the series started, but instead they just made it look like a load of static for no reason. They knew damn well we'd be coming over every single frame of that trailer, but did they throw us a bone? No. Probably because if they had, we would have taken that bone and ran with it until there was no way the game could meet our expectations. We'd think it was like gonna be this like some Heart Gold, Soul Silver Pokemon thing where we get to explore previous regions as well, but that obviously would not be the case, but we still would have done it though, even if it was obvious that it wasn't where it's going. And at 8, Music Man Spider. Music Man is already creepy as hell, okay? He feels like that uncle that's just sitting around. Whenever you show up to like a family gathering or event, he's just there. He's eating the finger sandwiches in the corner. He's just like staring you down. He chills behind you in Ultimate Custom Night. And then just like your old neighbors, he tells you to keep the racket down, resulting in a jump scare if you make or cause too much noise. But here comes FNAF 9 with some goddamn hallucination arachnophobia f***ing looking because Music Man has like 6 legs now and is gigantic and got like crawling out of a sewer. That got real creepy real fast. Considering how I'm arachnophobic and I already hated this guy. But to those who are arachnophobic and robophobic, which is the fear of robots, they're going to find these sections of the game absolutely unplayable. While yes, this guy is in security breach, I'm putting him on this list because I don't want him to be. I feel like it's a mistake to include this character. This is going to cause me to security breach my pants. And 7 reveals. We don't know much about Security Breach. We know that it's planned on being a hide-and-seek style game and that the main villain will be Vanny and that a couple new animatronics will be introduced along with the new location, the Mega Pizzaplex. But other than that, we don't really know anything. We now know that there are seemingly 2 ways to play the game, surviving until 6 AM and following the story. However, that's it. We don't know anything else. And some of the things that we do know are now put into question, which I'll talk about later. But honestly, if this game was any other game series, we wouldn't be excited for this game. If this game series wasn't my job at this point, there would be nothing to really talk about. But since this series is so popular, they can get away with giving us so little information. Like, think about it. What do we really know about what's going on in this game, or going to be in this game? Do we know anything about the story? No. We have speculation and theories. And that's where the mistakes come in. Because if this was literally any other game, no one would care. But because it's FNAF, everyone's excited. So I'm just saying they should have been giving us more. And at 6, the bunny. The suit that Vanny wears and the suit that she is known for is no doubt inspired by Afton and his love for the Bonnie animatronic. Probably a little too much love considering how he was shoving Jeremy inside of it in 1985. However, I think that it's pretty obvious that Springtrap and even more so Glitchtrap, because of like the whole suit aesthetic, inspired Vanny's suit as soon as we saw that she had bunny ears in that one promo image from like way back in 2019. Or even when we first saw her mask in FNAF VR in the Curse of Dreadbear DLC, even though it wasn't really a mask because her mask is a full-on head. But the suit that Vanny wears is also clearly to be a suit, like made in a similar style to Glitch Trap suit, which suggests that William may have made it during one of his like takeovers. The suit is patchy with different materials and fabrics sewn in patches over certain places, like either because they're worn or because there was cuts or rips from her playing with her knife too much. But the stitching all over the body also suggests that it's actually a suit and that she's not just like an animatronic. Either way, making her a rabbit, at least in my opinion, was a mistake. Can we have something else, please? Be original. If you're going to be a serial killer, be original. Okay, get your own thing, damn it. William Afton is absolutely a furry. Halfway through, in at number 5, Tarzan. I mentioned before in other videos how the appearance of Monty when he drops off the swinging thing on the ceiling in the trailer is definitely in the game. However, something that I found interesting is that whatever he's swinging on, it should not physically be possible. Like, I get that it's a game and we need to suspend our disbelief, but this game is releasing on the next generation of consoles. Like, I can see Peter Parker running around his room in the reflection of like a kettle or a toaster in Spider-Man PS5, but you can't fix a pendulum swinging through what should be solid concrete on your ceiling, or like even if it's not concrete, just solid anything. For a game that's dead set on getting its details and its lore correct, so much so that they correct things in other games, you figured that they'd pay attention to something like that. There's not even like a rail system or even like just like the hint of a shadow indicates that it should be able to move forward and back. There's nothing. It's just a solid piece of the roof. Or I don't know, maybe that's the point and this game is all a dream. That would make some sense to me, but I don't want to deal with that because we all know how everyone thinks about dream theory. This is what happens, Scott. You make all these little tiny details, so when you end up forgetting something, we all think that it's a clue. Same with the next point. In at 4, misdirect. The Freddy and Friends cartoon was meant to be the way that the release date for Security Breach was revealed, or at least that's what we thought, until another State of Play trailer event released a new trailer for the game that gave us the official release date, making the other 2 episodes obsolete, if they were ever planned. Now, there are 2 ways that this could be a mistake. One, if they just got the timing wrong and they were supposed to start releasing episodes 2 weeks early, or if this was their plan all along, I would also consider that a mistake. As someone who went to college for advertising, I do know a couple things, contrary to popular belief, and honestly, if they had 6 episodes that slowly revealed the date, but then the last one got corrupted and then the actual trailer revealed the full date, that would have been much better in my opinion. It would have been much stronger. The hype for the release date would have been building longer, and the State of Play trailer wouldn't have just come out of the blue. So I think that this was indeed an actual mistake, and that they were supposed to be releasing the other 2 episodes earlier, ending on the week that the State of Play trailer event happened. But someone screwed the pooch. The giant, face-eating, possessed animatronic pooch. Getting close to the end, in at number 3, mini-arenas. Now, I don't know what the hell those tiny little things were at the end of the latest Security Breach trailer, but they were one hell of a mistake in my head. Like, what? The whole point of the mini-arenas was that they were Ballora's children, but Ballora has been dealt with, and that was a whole thing that should have been like 10 years in the past or something like that, okay? So what's the deal? The mini-arenas, even if they are nightmare versions, have no place in this game, especially if they're nightmares in fact. So like, what the absolute living hell? Why must you do this to me, Scott? Stop torturing me with these goddamn additional animatronics! Also love you. And ultimately, in at number 2, the arm. Now, while there seemed to be nothing wrong with the actual arm, the main mistake they made was never mentioning it again, or even anywhere close to referencing it, which to me is one hell of a mistake, because if you forget, the arm was like the one thing that everyone was freaking out about at the end of the very first trailer. And then they didn't include it in any trailer afterwards, and especially because those were actual gameplay footage, which makes me think that it's not really going to be in the game. It makes it seem like it was intended to build hype, but not actually be in the game, which makes me think that it's going to be a mistake. If Vanny is actually meant to be trying to save William, or I guess resurrect him, shouldn't there be more of an allusion to that in the trailers? Because this is a pretty big thing that needs to be handled at some point. I guess like they could be omitting it for surprise purposes, but I'd rather know something like that is going to be in the game rather than be surprised. I don't know, maybe I'm just spoiled, or maybe I want an actual answer from Scott for once, but either way, it was a mistake. Finally, and in number 1, story. There seems to be a lot of conflicting data and points in the FNAF series as a whole, yes, but also in the trailers. Like how in the trailer, Vanny seemingly tells us to come home and that it won't happen again, which is a whole other can of worms, like I said, that suggests that Vanny is Gregory's mother, but I talked about that earlier. But that line also suggests that Gregory ran away from the Pizzaplex. But in recent trailers, we learn that Gregory gets trapped in there accidentally. And in the RTX trailer, we hear Vanny say, "Gregory, it's getting late, let's get home and put you to bed." But we know that he's only there late as an accident, so what's the deal here? And even in the first gameplay trailer, we hear Vanessa say that she can get us out of this place, but then we learn from Freddy that the doors don't open until 6. She also says that we won't want to be here at 6 a.m., but that seemingly is the only time that we can actually get out of the doors. So is this hinting that the 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. classic gameplay version is going to lead to a bad ending? Maybe, but even so, why are the trailers contradicting themselves before the game even releases? This is usually something that happens 3 games after a game's release, okay? Like FNAF 4 was conflicting with like everything else, wasn't it? So yeah, what the hell, Scott? I have no idea. That's all the time we have for today, friends. Thank you all so much for watching. I have been and shall remain Connor Monroe, and I'll see you in another video.